guys, it's Ro. Some of you know that I have been obsessed with watermelons lately. I've been wearing them on my clothes, I have little accessories, I even got a watermelon color stand mixer and matching hand mixer. I've been going a little crazy with it, and I got so many requests from you guys to make some DIY watermelon treats, so that is exactly what I'm gonna be doing today. So let's get started. The first treat that I'm gonna be making are these cute watermelon sugar cookies. The things you will need to make these yummy cookies will be 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, 2 sticks, which is 8 ounces of salted butter at room temperature, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 lemon and a zester, a triangle cookie cutter, green food coloring, a small paintbrush, and then green, white, black, and red royal icing. The first thing that we're gonna do is whisk together our dry ingredients. We're gonna whisk together our flour, baking powder, and salty. Whisk together until well combined and then set it off to the side. Next thing that we're gonna do is cream together our butter and sugar into a bigger mixing bowl. So we're gonna take our butter and add our sugar. Then using a hand mixer, I'm gonna mix together until it's light and fluffy. Once your butter and sugar is all creamed, light and fluffy, just like this, now we're gonna add our eggs. We're gonna be adding 2 eggs and the full egg, but we are gonna mix between each one. The next thing that we're gonna add is our lemon zest, juice, and vanilla extract. If you've never zested a fruit before, I just wanted to show you, it's super easy. Take your fruit, and then you're just gonna brush it down. Boop, boop, boop. After you've zested the lemon, just to get some juice, I cut the lemon in half and squeeze a little into a bowl. Then we're gonna add our lemon zest, juice, and vanilla extract to our mixture, and then mix it up. We've got our wet ingredients and our dry ingredients, and now we are gonna mix them together. We are gonna be adding our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients in 2 parts. I'm just gonna eyeball it, pour about half in, and then mix it up. Then we're gonna pour in the other half and mix it up. Oh, that smells so good. Our cookie dough is ready, and now we're gonna let it chill in the fridge. But first, we're gonna wrap it up with some plastic wrap. Using my spatula, I'm gonna cut the dough in half, gently form it into a dish shape, wrap them up like a little burrito. We're gonna wrap both of these up just like this and put it in the refrigerator for about an hour to chill. After your dough has chilled, we are gonna roll it out. I'm gonna do a little baking flare. I'm just gonna pull it really fast. We did it! Now I take a little pinch of flour, put it on top of the dough, and I like to put a little bit on my rolling pin. Then we're just gonna roll it out to be about a 1/4 inch thick. Now it's time to cut out our cookies. We've got our triangle cookie cutter. We're just gonna cut out a bunch of these, and then we're gonna bring it over here to the baking sheet lined with a piece of parchment paper. We've got all of our cookies cut out. This recipe makes about 3 dozen cookies, but I like to put them on the baking sheet 8 at a time so that they have plenty of room. Also, before I bake, I like to pop these into the freezer for about 10 minutes to chill, and then you're gonna heat your oven to 350 degrees and bake for about 12 to 13 minutes. After your cookies have baked and have had plenty of time to cool, now it is time for my favorite part. It's time to decorate. We are gonna be icing these little triangle cookies to look like watermelon slices. I'm gonna start decorating using the Red Royal Icing that I've got in this little plastic baggie with a number 2 tip at the end for a little bit more control. I'm gonna pipe a triangle at the end of my triangle, but leave a little room at the bottom. Let them dry for just a few minutes, and now we're gonna flood them, which is like a fancy baker word for just, we're gonna fill them in. And you can use a little toothpick to smooth it out. All done with our Red Royal Icing, and now on to our White Royal Icing. Again, I put my White Royal Icing into a plastic baggie with a number 2 tip at the end, and I'm just gonna pipe a strip of white all the way across the top of the red. I just let the white icing dry, and now I'm gonna pipe the same thing with the green icing, and I'm just gonna pipe a line right behind the white. The last icing that I'm going to be using is the Black Royal Icing to make some watermelon seeds. Before you do this, you want to make sure that your Red Royal Icing has completely dried. Now for our final decoration step, you're going to take a little bit of a green food coloring dye. I'm just going to put a few drops into a little bowl that I have here. Then using your small paintbrush, just take a little dab and we're just going to paint some lines. I'm going to try to fit 8 of them across. So we're gonna do a little line and then do a space and then another little line. Dee-dee! And here they are, little watermelon sugar cookies. The next treat that we're going to be making are these watermelon cupcakes. The things you will need will be 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup of whole milk, 1½ cups of sugar, 1/4 cup of shortening, 1 stick, which is 4 ounces of salted butter at room temperature, 5 egg whites, watermelon jello, red food coloring, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of mini chocolate chips, red silicone cupcake liners, and light and dark green vanilla buttercream frosting, which I've placed into the same piping bag. The first thing that we're gonna do to make our cupcakes is we're gonna mix together our dry ingredients in this bowl right over here, our flour, baking powder, salt, and our watermelon jello. I'm gonna whisk everything together and then set it off to the side. The next thing that we're gonna do is cream together our butter, sugar, and shortening. I'm gonna pour our shortening, our butter, and sugar. Using a hand mixer, we're gonna mix until everything is light and fluffy. This is looking good. I mixed it up and scraped down the sides. Now we're gonna add both of our extracts, our almond extract and our vanilla extract. Using the hand mixer, we're gonna mix it up again. In this bowl, I've got 5 egg whites and I'm gonna slowly pour them into our bowl while we're mixing until well combined. Things are coming together. We've got our dry ingredients, our wet ingredients, and our milk. Now we are gonna alternate adding our dry ingredients and our milk to the wet ingredients bowl. We're gonna start with dry and end with dry. It's gonna be 3 parts dry, 2 parts milk. Add your dry ingredients, mix it up. Add the milk, mix it up. Add the dry, mix it up. Add the milk, mix it up. Add the dry, mix it up. And then boom, we've got some batter. Our batter is mixed up, and as you can see, it's a light pink color because we added our watermelon jello mix, but I want my batter to look bright red, so I'm gonna be adding a few drops of red food coloring. You can add as many as you like depending on what shade of red you'd want. Last addition to our batter are these mini chocolate chips. We're gonna fold them in so that they look like little watermelon seeds. The batter is all ready. We're gonna fill our cupcake liners. Over here, I've got our cupcake tray lined with a bunch of these red silicone liners. I really like these because when you bake them, they don't change color like some of the paper ones, and they're reusable. We're gonna fill them 2/3 full. I'm gonna be using a little ice cream scoop to make it easier. Cupcakes are ready to bake. You're gonna heat your oven to 350 degrees and bake them for about 18 to 20 minutes. After your cupcakes have baked, give them plenty of time to cool because now we are going to frost, and when you're frosting, you don't want your cupcakes to still be warm because the frosting may melt. Over here in a little plastic baggie, I scooped dark and light green buttercream frosting, and I just cut off the end. I'm not using a tip, and I'm just going to pipe a little swirl on the top of each cupcake. I'm going to show you a really cool part. We're going to take off the liner. Let me just pop it out of there. All the little chocolate chips look just like little watermelon seeds. On to our final treat. We're going to be making some watermelon popsicles. You guys may remember these when I played the popsicle challenge with Ingrid. The things you will need will be a popsicle maker. I'm using a Zoku popsicle maker because they flash freeze, but you can use any popsicle maker you want. 1 cup of watermelon puree, 1/2 cup of plain coconut milk, 1/2 cup of coconut milk that I've dyed green, black food coloring, and a small paintbrush. Making these popsicles is super easy. There's only a few ingredients. Over here, my watermelon puree was super easy to make. I just chopped up some fresh watermelon, threw it in the blender, and mixed it. And voila! My popsicle awaits. In front of me, I'm also using a Zoku, which is basically just a flash freezing popsicle mold. You can use a regular popsicle mold. It just takes about 6 hours to set in the freezer, but these set in 8 minutes. So we will be able to enjoy these popsicles in a jiffy. If you're using a Zoku, the first thing that you're gonna do is pop in the little sticks, and then we are gonna pour in our watermelon puree, and you're gonna wanna leave about an inch at the top. When you're making a layered popsicle, you have to let the layers set in between the pores so that the colors will stay separate. After our first layer is set, now we are gonna add our coconut milk and our green coconut milk to look like the watermelon rind. I'm going to attempt to make them even, so I'm gonna try to fill the coconut milk about a 1/2 inch and the green coconut milk 1/2 inch. Let the white coconut milk layer sit now, then we're gonna add our green coconut milk. Our popsicles have set, they're layered, it's time to pop them out. If you're using a Zoku, you use this little thing as a screw, and you just twist, 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 and la-la! Look how cute that is, you guys. It looks just like a watermelon. Time to decorate. This part is totally optional, but I wanted to paint a few little seeds. So over here, I have a little paintbrush with a little drip of black food coloring, and I'm just gonna go doot, 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 and ta-da! You've got a cute little watermelon popsicle ready to nom on. You can share with your friends or eat all of these for yourself. Ta-da! Here are all the DIY watermelon treats that we made today. We made watermelon sugar cookies, cupcakes, and fresh popsicles. A big thank you to you guys for suggesting these watermelon treats because you know that I love making these. I'll be taking lots of pictures of these treats and posting them on Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you guys make these, please take a picture and send it to me. I love seeing your creations. It just makes me happy. It makes my day. And if you have any other ideas for any other treats I should make, please leave me a comment down below. All right, thanks again, you guys. I hope you have a good summer. Bye-bye.